Hold on.
Hey Jay, Justine, you wouldn't even know each other. If it weren't for me. I'd be already
No. Stop it. No.
It's not too late. I can still change
Is it over yet? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, man. Crossing
Drink your
Streamz.
soda.
Crossing Streamz, number 9er.
This is Crossing Streamz, guys. Number 909.
Man. You played internal dialogue. I didn't know that this movie also had a guest star of Jason Voorhees' thoughts.
Jason Voorhees? Ah, why didn't I get that? You know, when you said Voorhees, it sounded familiar.
There's a Voorhees, New Jersey.
So, Sean. Oh, by the way, that's Sean over there.
Oh, hi, Sean. I talk a lot.
And I'm Anthony, and this is Crossing Streamz.
Those are all true statements.
Episode 9. And what movie did we do?
We did a very misleading movie called The Octagon, a movie which you would think, being 2013, that it would be about MMA. But no, it's a movie that features Chuck Norris for, let's see, 140 minutes.
140 minutes too long. Wait, 104 minutes.
I'm sorry. So it's you're correct. So it's an hour and 35 minutes of Chuck Norris talking and 8 minutes of him actually in a wooden octagon. We'll get to that later. Tell me about the movie.
Well, first I want to say that you said that you would think 2013 that they're talking about MMA, but this was 1980, baby. So the Octagon. Terrorist ninjas have been wreaking havoc on a wealthy woman named Justine, so she hires a former karate champion, Scott James, to be her bodyguard. And that's all they have on Netflix.
That's all they need to have.
That's all they need to have.
I'm gonna read IMDb's.
Please do.
A martial artist must.
Don't take too long.
Sorry, it's a sentence. A martial artist must defeat a plan by ninjas to create a worldwide training camp for terrorists. And the funny thing is, they do it like 12 people at a time.
Yeah.
So it would take a little while.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like they do it like in 2 or 3 weeks.
If that. So.
No wonder Chuck Norris had no problem getting through them.
Yeah.
They've only had about 3 weeks of training.
So here's the cast. Chuck Norris is the only notable person that I noticed in this movie. Played Scott James, the lead character. Karen Carlson played Justine. Was that the second chick in the movie that he got a date from?
Yeah, no, that was the first one. That was the only one that he went out on a date with.
No, the first one was the girl that we'll get to that. The first one was the girl in the ballet.
Oh, I don't think he ever talked to her though.
Yeah, they went out on a date, and then she took him back to her place.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about her because that was the only time that she was in the movie, right?
Yeah, it was the very beginning.
Okay.
And then Justine was the second chick, and then Aura. What a name, Aura. Carol Bagdasarian. Didn't even have a picture on IMDb. I'm not talking about her anymore.
They sure don't. If they don't have a picture, they're not worth talking about.
Yeah. Lee Van Cleef McCarn. That guy was cool, man. I want to hang out with that guy.
He was pretty cool, and he has the best name ever. When his name popped up, I felt like I know that name, but I don't know that name at all. But I was just like, that's a cool name, Lee Van Cleef.
He's an old dude. He's dead, but he's an old dude.
Is he dead?
He was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly,
which is a great movie.
Another great movie he was in, Escape from New York. Which is
Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah, which is actually let's call it a decent movie.
Yeah, well, it was better than L.A.
Well, I think everything was better. Well, let me back that up because we did watch The Octagon.
Exactly. Hold your horses there. Now, the first thing I noticed as soon as The Octagon came on, right from the beginning, there was opening credits and it said Guerrilla Pictures, and I instantly knew what I was in for. I said, "Oh no, this is not going to be good."
You know what? I have as my first thing that there were an awesome 1980s graphics and intro sounds.
Yeah, they were. A lot of synthesizer.
So, but before we get into the movie, I just want to read a few excerpts from about the main character from taken from ChuckNorrisFacts.com.
Oh no.
When Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, he had 3 missed calls from Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't call the wrong number. You answer the wrong phone.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Chuck Norris has a grizzly bear carpet in his room. The bear isn't dead. It's just afraid to move. Chuck Norris died 20 years ago. Death just hasn't built up the courage to tell him yet.
How about Chuck Norris's tears are a cure for cancer, something like that?
Here's a good one. Chuck Norris once urinated in a semi-truck's gas tank as a joke. That truck is now known as Optimus Prime. Oh, my favorite one here. Oh, there's 2 really good ones. Chuck Norris won American Idol using only sign language. And Chuck Norris can cut through a hot knife with butter.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Did you see the one I put on the site?
Chuck Norris once had a near Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience.
How about the one the boogeyman looks under his bed for Chuck Norris?
Have you ever seen the clip from the Best Damn Sports Show where they have Chuck Norris reading Chuck Norris facts?
No.
Oh, dude, it's great. We'll have to put it up on the community site tonight.
My favorite Chuck Norris one was I'm a big gamer. It's that the programmers of Street Fighter put Chuck Norris in the game. Every button only does roundhouse kicks. When asked about it, he said it's not a glitch.
By the way, folks, that's true. We lost him for a second there. He blacked out, but he's back.
He was blackout, not here.
That's right.
Now he is white out, very here.
Very
technical glitch.
Actually, I'm very white out here. Look at me. I'm all pale. I'm going to Florida this week, and I'm pale.
That's
end in disaster.
What part of Florida are you going to?
I'm going to your mom's house.
Oh, okay. Tell her I said hi.
I will. Actually, I'm going to West Palm Beach.
Okay. Well, isn't that what you call your left hand, West Palm?
No, it faces to the east.
Okay, so that's your right hand.
That's East Ocala.
Okay. Moving on.
Anyways, back to this movie. Not that we want to spend much time on it. If you haven't guessed, I didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
So this movie, okay, I made the comment to the inner dialogue earlier, how it sounded like Friday the 13th. Do yourself a favor and go on IMDb and search for the Octagon. Doesn't the movie poster look kind of like Friday the 13th's movie poster? Like a little bit?
You know what? I actually thought that it looked like a sci-fi movie.
It just looks bad.
I actually thought it. I went into it thinking it was a sci-fi movie.
Man,
I was thinking, when is this guy gonna like fall asleep and wake up on the moon or something, and he's like flying a spaceship? That's what I thought it was, because the movie poster looks like a sci-fi movie.
All of a sudden, it's Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, but Flight of the Navigator was a way better movie.
Oh my goodness!
I wish it would have turned into Flight of the Navigator.
I wish it would. I wish that I would have had drummer's luck with this movie.
Drummer's luck.
I know for me it's very rare that I'm checking like the progress bar on a movie as I'm watching it. I think about the first 10 minutes. About the first 10 minutes, I was already like, mouse out, mouse over. Oh, damn, there's that much of this left?
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I kept on pausing it on the TV. I'm like, oh, come on! Why is it taking so long? And it's due. I think it's mainly due to bad editing. Because there was bad movie too, but I'm talking about the length of the movie, because there was so much dead space.
Oh my goodness!
That could have been taken out. So many like quiet moments. I'm like, what is happening? And I still don't know what the movie is about.
The movie was about Chuck Norris walking around doing nothing.
Yeah, it was like being in the Grand Theft Auto and just walking around, just doing anything you want to do.
You know what? I'm just gonna highlight a couple points in this movie, and we can just rip on it for the next hour. Because I don't want to talk about this movie like we did Major League and Ghostbusters and revered movies. Because this movie is just like someone should have tossed the Masters in the dumpster and lit it on fire.
The fact that this is somewhere preserved at the Library of Congress, that is a waste of taxpayer money.
It is.
The fact that it's on Netflix. I mean, Netflix is where, up until lately, Netflix, to me anyway, was revered as the place where movies go to die. Or where kids go to watch movies, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
But just from the beginning...
Pretty rough.
From the beginning, this movie was like it was like, hey, we need you for a movie for the next day and a half. Are you free? Like case in point, the first scene, these guys pull up in the back of a military convoy, and they're like, all right, you got to get out. It's 2 kilometers that way. You got a guy in a cowboy hat, a guy with that Irish beanie thing. You got a guy with a Muslim headpiece.
It's like, I was expecting
these people together.
I was expecting like the Village People to come out,
The only thing, you know what? They didn't have a black guy.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have anywhere.
No, they did. They did. Ernie Hudson pops up in this movie.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Winston Zedmore.
You know what? I have that Winston Zedmore.
That's exactly what I put. It's like, what the hell is Winston doing in here?
When they get to the base, there's ninjas in the trees during daylight wearing their black. Hello, there you are. It's like saying, hey, look, I'm not holding a bottle of water right now.
Yeah, it was way too hot for those clothes.
Oh
too.
my goodness!
Well,
dude, how about?
Well, they only get like 3 weeks of training, so they're not very good ninjas.
See, that killed me. I got my first thoughts of the base were like the ninjas went multicultural, and the second was like when they're talking about like if we don't graduate this group, we'll have no room for the next group. I'm like, you have like a finite amount of space at the ninja base, but you're still bringing people in. It's like build a barracks or something.
You know what? You know what it is? I figured it out. They get their fundamentals before they're forced to graduate, but then when they're in their black getup, their black Halloween ninja costume, that's when they get their cardio.
There you go. They sweat it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right.
And then what about the head ninja? The guy looked like a Power Ranger.
He did.
I called him. What did I call him? I took way too many notes for this movie. I called him the Armored Guard just because I was playing the new Gears last night and I couldn't think of anything else other than Armored Guard.
Well, he was a side boss, like when you play video games.
It's a mini boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Mini boss with throwing stars.
You know what? That mini boss at the end got jacked up, and then did he like gain 50 pounds?
I was thinking.
Yeah, it came out of the fire.
Man, they didn't make fire suits like they used to.
Hey guys, guess what? We just shot straight to the end of the movie. within 3 minutes.
I will tell you, like.
Okay, so here's a question. Did you notice how long it took for any type of clear dialogue to be taking place?
Oh, it was forever.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable.
So slow.
I almost thought about not watching the movie.
It was like people were thinking about what their lines were and what they were going to say.
Well, and
I don't know. I watched it and it was like there was no structure. Like the characters were introduced just out of the blue. Like everything. Yeah, it was like everything was just like on a limb. Here, let's just throw this character in here. Yeah, okay, come on, you're a major principal now. You got the Lee Van Cleef, like the only decent guy on the film.
Yeah.
Which guy was Lee Van Cleef?
He was McCarn.
He was the friend?
He was the old guy.
Right.
The guy that we were talking about that was cool, that even though he's dead, we'd still hang out with him.
He was cool. Now, just to go back to the beginning, since we already shot to the end of the movie. Did you guys see the hot sauce scene? You missed the hot sauce, didn't you? You guys missed it.
You have to be more specific.
When the guys were getting all shot up in the beginning in the car, and the hot sauce was coming out.
Was that what that was?
It looked like hot wing sauce. It was just thick and just bright red.
It was bad.
It was so bad. And were Uzis popular? Because it seemed like there were Uzis all over this movie.
Well,
except in the back alley scene where everyone had a silencer.
Oh, silencer was like a 9. I don't know how you hit. At least they didn't have their guns like to the side, you know.
Yeah.
That they would have been more accurate that way, and that you force the bullets out too.
Yeah. Drew's gone again. He'll come back in though.
Yeah, Drew will be back.
So if you guys are Drew fans, he'll be back. Long horse face. Why did I say that? Oh, Chuck Norris has a long horse face.
Man, you know what? I was really disappointed by this movie. In general, but I was really disappointed by the fact that Chuck Norris did not have a full beard. First of all,
didn't. Well, he had that badass mustache though.
He had a mustache. I was also very disappointed that Chuck Norris had 70s BG sideburns.
Yeah, they
needed to go.
They looked fake.
And he had helmet head too.
He did have helmet head. And how about when you know what? I don't even remember the part. I just put not impressed because Chuck Norris said something. Oh, the ballerina girl. She was talking to Chuck Norris at the
that was the beginning
at dinner. Wasn't the beginning? Okay.
Yeah. That was the first
dialogue. I know you're in a rush to get to the end.
Yeah.
When she was talking about somebody, it was a karate dude. Yeah, and then he goes. She goes. I know that wouldn't impress you, and he just like smirks. Like he doesn't even say, "Oh no, it's okay." He just smirks like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not impressed at all."
Well, because he was so smooth. He was so smooth. He's like, I'm Chuck Norris.
He came off as a dick.
He kind of did. Like what's his name? Remember in 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's like this guy in Jade.
Right.
So, dude, his friend AJ, first of all, had some awesome hair. He had like hair that would make Def Leppard say, "Dude, you need a haircut."
He did have a lot of hair. He reminded me of the little boy in what's that movie with Jack Nicholson? Here's Daddy, whatever.
Oh, The Shining.
Yeah, he reminded me of him. I don't know why, but because the little boy had hair like right to his eyebrows.
You know who he reminded me of? And Drew, you'll get this, I think, more than Anthony will. He reminded me of Michael Landon with a bigger fro.
Oh, dude, that was some of the biggest hair I've ever seen in my life.
Talking about Highway to Heaven?
Yeah, Highway to Heaven and Little House on the Prairie.
I would say Little House on the Prairie for those of us that are a little older.
Dude, I watched an episode of Highway to Heaven the other day, and I couldn't get through it fast enough.
Yeah, I don't blame you. First of all, why'd you even get through it?
It was bad because I used to watch that show when I was 3 with my dad.
Oh, and you said, "Oh, let me try it out."
Yeah. Oh, I watched Knight Rider too, dude. Stay away from Knight Rider.
We should do an episode of Knight Rider.
Oh, just throw a little Manimal.
Dude, we have to talk about
Manimal. Remember Manimal? I remember that.
Unfortunately, I do.
Dude, we would have to talk about.
I think.
We would have to talk about an hour show of Knight Rider for an hour.
I think we can do it.
No.
No, it's the Hoff, man. It's the Hoff.
Unless we watch an hour of the old show and an hour of the new show that is no longer on either.
Which was both bad.
Yeah, they were. Anyway, so I have a question for you guys. AJ's hair, humongous. Like, it makes that rainbow clown wig look small.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had hair that big or something big? Obviously, you both have short hair. Have you ever had anything bigger?
Well.
Last week before it got cut.
Well.
I am afraid to admit that the reason I have short hair is because I used to have, like, when I was in high school, I had the full-on, like, metal mullet.
Oh, nice.
And we're talking, like, late 80s, early 90s metal mullet.
Pixar didn't happen.
So, I know I burned them all. They're gone. They're gone.
You've chosen wisely.
Yes. So, yes, I have had hair approximately as big as AJ's.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
I've never. I was always cool like that, I guess.
Too cool for long hair?
I guess.
You know what I would want to do, but I
tried to let it grow one time, and it went through that ugly phase, and I said, I'm out.
Where it grows out instead of long?
Yeah, and there's nothing you could do.
Yeah, you get like the white guy fro, even though you're partly not white.
I think I'm all not white.
You're all not white. So, if you guys haven't been able to tell, I've been growing sideburns for 2.5 weeks now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, if I could, I would grow like, not like Duck Dynasty beard where it just looks unkempt, but like a great big bushy beard. You know, like it looks like an afro beard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's just like long and like I don't know, like
lumberjacky.
Yeah, maybe.
Or like bigger than lumberjacky, right?
No.
No?
I don't need to like store things. I don't need to store my iPod in my beard when I
should. Well, what else is it you going to use it for? You know, but to store things in.
So did any of you guys or did either of you guys catch the little cameo appearance
of you talking about Mr. Beatty?
Tracy Walter himself.
That was Mr. Beatty, right?
That was Mr. Beatty. Yep.
Yeah.
Who's that? I'm not familiar.
I recognized him. I don't know where I know him from, but I know I've seen him in movies before, and he plays the same person in everything.
Dude, he played Malik in Conan the Destroyer from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was watching. I did a double take. I was like, wait a second.
I didn't even notice that was him.
Yep, same guy, man.
Maybe if he was swallowing jewels, I would have known.
Man, wow. Hey, did you know that Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door?
Oh man! Did you see the one I put on the site? The one about the zombie. When a zombie bites Chuck Norris, the zombie turns into Chuck Norris. Oh, also, I don't know if you know this, but if you have $10 in your pocket and he has $5 in his pocket, Chuck Norris has more money than you.
How about the Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas to bed?
Chuck Norris can win a game of Connect 4 in 3 moves.
No, like, I don't know, man. This whole movie, you know, when something finally does happen from a plot point, and it's like, okay, let's go get the terrorist base, and suddenly it's like you cut to like talking to old guys in Latin American countries. Mm-hmm. You know, you get 10 minutes of that, and then when AJ was supposedly like traveling to the base, and he's got like this beat, destroyed old car with no hood, and the guy's driving has like his kids in tow. You know, it's like, sure, let's go to the terrorist base. Bring the kids. You know, it'll be fun. You know, I mean, even when they tried to move a plot line forward, it just it went nowhere.
No, it refused to go anywhere. And unfortunately, I couldn't refuse to go anywhere with it. I had to stay there and watch the whole thing. It had a lot of boring moments. Did you guys notice that everyone else was a better actor than Chuck Norris?
Well, and everyone else, to their credit, also kept their shirt on. I mean, although Chuck Norris had his shirt on.
No.
He had 2 shirts on most of the movie.
We had a little side boob action.
Oh, well, we did. That's true. Chuck Norris, though.
Which was the best part of the movie.
For most of the movie, Chuck Norris wore 2 shirts. That one scene where he was laying in bed with Aura, he only wore 1 shirt. It was flesh-colored.
He only had the sweater on.
Yeah. Man, that thing was gross. Although it wasn't as gross as that Bruce Lee movie. What was it called? Return of the Dragon or whatever? We're talking about.
Which one? The one?
It was Bruce Lee.
The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Bruce Leroy. That's
I know. I'm kidding.
Bruce Lee.
Are you talking the one where Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee were in the film together?
Yeah, that one.
That's that's Game of Death. I think that was
Game of Death. Okay.
Was it a dragon movie?
It was a dragon movie.
Sounds good. Well,
I don't know.
But they were both in.
You talk about the side boob, like you should you wanted a little payoff there, and what do? They undercut the boob scene with Ninja Guy, practicing with the commas.
Yeah.
It's like, so even the one point that's like, okay, there's a little bit there at least. No, can't even have that.
Yeah, they just, bam, cut it. It was just straight to, and they were playing music and everything, and then everything just stopped. And they showed that guy, who was pretty badass. And the whole time I'm thinking, there's no way Chuck Norris can beat this guy. But you're watching the movie, you know that eventually he's going to beat him. But in real life, he can't beat that guy. You know? The,
I don't know.
one of the funny parts to me too is when Chuck Norris was training and he was like beating up the body bag, and I'm thinking in my head,
It was so poor form.
well, it was all right. I mean, he was tearing it up, but I'm thinking in my head, why isn't he hitting any of the ninjas this hard? You know, he's basically like tapping them and doing stupid stuff.
It was just like patty cake. I mean, the fight scenes. I mean, I think we've kind of given up on talking about this movie, like what happens.
I'm tired of looking at bad fight choreography, but I think we're going to watch a whole lot more of that.
Well, you know, I could deal with watching some martial arts movies like Fist of Legend, Way of the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, End of the Dragon, Dragon. You know, insert anything around Dragon.
Dude, I'd take early Von Damme over this any day.
Yeah, a little Bloodsport. We're waiting for Bloodsport to come on.
Oh, dude.
Come on streaming.
Yeah, this was just there was not a single redeeming point on this.
No.
Well, Side Boob and Winston Zedmore were the highlights.
Yeah, but you know what? They cut it off. So.
Well, you got to see some of it when she first took her shirt off.
Yeah, but there wasn't
because it went up and it went because she had no bra on because it was 1980.
That's true.
Well, and Sean, I mean, you talked about how, you know, every actor in this movie, even like the extras, were better than Chuck Norris. But I mean, for that era, Lee Van Cleef was a pretty bankable property for that era. I mean, he's a pretty respected actor, and to me at least, I mean, any scene he was in, he at least tried to do something with it. But yeah, just the whole script was just completely unintelligible.
Yeah, I couldn't follow it to save my life.
Not at all.
I kept on thinking like, and I put this. Okay, the way I do my notes is I do like bullet points to remind me of stuff, you know, to trigger my brain. So I have 25 things, and I think like the 21st thing is I still don't know what this movie is about.
Yeah, you know, when the Starsky and Hutch chase scene was going on, and then Justine's
that chase scene was so bad. Don't you dare compare it to a Starsky and Hutch chase scene.
That's what it reminded me of. You know, yeah, it's not fair, but when that was going on, and afterwards, actually, when she's like, well, I hired McCarn's men, and then I hired these people, and they all worked together. I'm like, what did she just say? Because it didn't make sense. And I didn't want to rewind it because I didn't want to watch the movie any longer than I had to.
Right. You just want it to be over.
I was so bummed when she died because she was good looking too.
Oh yeah.
Dude, but she got killed by a blowgun.
In the neck.
Blowgun?
She got killed by a blowgun dart.
Yeah,
you know how in about 15 seconds.
And you know that she's dead because she says, "Why do I feel cold inside?"
Well, I knew that she was dead when the EMTs put the blanket over top of her.
They got there really fast, by the way.
That was quick. That's the other thing. Like McCarran's men. It's just random murder going on, and there's no repercussion whatsoever.
Right. You know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just like and quite possibly like the worst like on-screen death that I've ever seen from the guy that got the garrote. It's like there's terrible, but yeah, he's killing people left and right. There's not even like a cop car involved, you know.
Well, how about when Johan gets off the boat and AJ's questioning him?
Wait a minute, what boat?
When
did this happen?
Okay, so remember when Chuck Norris, Scott, we'll call him, goes and hangs out with McCarn and with his awesome 70s furniture in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
And he takes down that sign that says, Johan to some guy. He's like, most people, if you miss the first time, you give them the dignity to shoot him again to finish the job. This guy, I'd let him bleed out, blah, blah, blah. First of all, the dude, Johan, with the little knapsack, the army knapsack, didn't he look like the guy that couldn't catch a break at the boot camp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, is this the same guy? Like, I'm like, okay, so he's dead, but now he's here again. Like, I couldn't keep it straight, but yeah, they choke him out. What's that?
I said I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, just listen to the podcast. You'll catch up.
Okay.
So they choke him out, and then McCarn says, just slice him up a couple times and put some booze in him or something like that, and the dock. Wouldn't putting booze in him be enough? Oh, he's drunk. He fell off the dock. Why would you have to slice him up a little bit?
I know.
Like
Gotta make sure.
The dude hated other people living or something. He's like, I hate people. Go kill him.
You were talking about the Starsky and Hutch chase scene,
No, we weren't.
and a part that cracked me up is, first of all, they had the Uzis again. They were shooting the Uzis, but it was crazy how the train, I think it was a Trans Am, came flying out the woods.
It was a Firebird, but yeah.
The Firebird, okay. The Firebird came flying out of the woods. It happened so slow. It just stopped in front of him. Then he banged into it. He backed up.
Oh yeah, he barely
and then went around him.
Yep, it was back.
It was
pulled a U-turn basically.
Right. Now, if they had Uzis in the car, shoot them right there. Shoot them, right? No, they don't do that. But then later on, they're driving, and they get in front of him again or something, and they're like basically looking at each other. Why aren't you shooting at him? You're waiting for him to start driving to start shooting?
Dude,
that would make sense, and that would be so
true.
against what this film stands for.
my favorite part of that
they probably
scene,
would have missed anyways because bad guys have no aim. We all know that.
that part of that scene where they go up through the embankment, through the trees, and come back down,
Yeah.
and are still behind her even though they cut her
Yeah.
off. Like, man,
What
you
was the
guys
point,
suck.
right?
Like, I could drive a pedal cart faster than they're driving.
I don't know. I mean, one of my notes of things that just like stood out, like the ending scene during the climactic battle, which is, I mean, arguably if you're going to say there was any decent point in the movie, or that would be it. But it's like, first off, okay, blame the Irish guy for starting the revolt. Secondly, that was some damn impressive dynamite because they're chucking like one stick of dynamite, and you're watching like a 4-story building like just come down. So, and the woman, like I don't even know the character's name. You know,
we find out like halfway
the-
through her
the,
story,
cyber
her
girl,
arc
right?
was Aura.
It was Aura.
minus L.
So I'm watching Aura, and it's like, okay, highly trained ninja, skilled terrorist, shoots AK from hip.
Yeah.
You know?
And why the hell did she pull that AK out right from the giddy up?
Yeah.
She kind of pulled it out at the end, like when everything was already done. And
Yeah.
that was a very impressive stick of dynamite. I thought the same thing. When that whole thing blew up, I was like, "What the hell?"
I mean, I am sure some stuntmen and some demo guys had fun on this movie.
Well, I have a theory about that.
That's where they blew all their budget.
I'm thinking that that's where the ninjas kept their dynamite.
Oh,
She hit the dynamite warehouse.
Makes sense, right? See,
You know what it
now
was?
Now it all makes sense.
you know what it was? This was actually the first movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that house housed vibranium.
What?
Because when vibranium, when there's an explosion and vibranium shakes that much, it will just act like a lot of dynamite.
Okay.
It could cause the Earth to crumble. You need to watch Iron Man.
I heard that this movie was supposed to be called Square, and Chuck Norris beat the shit out of it.
No, you know what it was? You know what it was?
I'll
Tell you what it was.
Chuck
It
Norris
was
joke.
that. Well, what happened was they went to McDonald's. The producer, the executive producer, the director, and Chuck Norris, and they all got Happy Meals. But when it turned out when they were delivered to their table, Chuck Norris got the Happy Meal, and the other guys' Happy Meals were crying
That's right.
because Chuck Norris makes Happy Meals cry.
I think
I'm going to
you're right.
redeem myself here. The only hand that can beat a royal flush is Chuck Norris's hand.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch anymore. He just decides what time it is.
So, are there any Chuck Norris movies that you guys actually like? Because I mean, there's a couple of them that are watchable at the very least.
There is one that I like. I like Dodgeball.
Oh, that's right. He was in Expendables too. Also, he had a silly part. like a completely obnoxious.
His anything that he's in, he plays a silly part.
Oh well, he's a character of himself at this point.
Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh, this movie was so bad, guys.
Hey,
I remember, what was the old bit that was on Conan O'Brien, the Walker Texas Ranger lever?
oh yeah, where he pulled the lever.
Yeah. There's that one clip where it's like Walker told me I have AIDS.
That was Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment.
Did you ever see the end of that gag arc where Chuck Norris was dressed as Walker at the top of the audience?
No, I never saw that.
They had a stare down for like a minute, like one of those uncomfortable Conan stare downs where it was longer than too long.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that.
What was I gonna say?
I think.
Did you guys hear the lady's Doberman pincher when she told him stop and he was barking? He sounded like a puppy.
Well, yeah.
It was an overdub of a puppy or something.
That movie had a lot of overdubbing in it.
A whole lot of overdub.
How about, dude, his brother? What was his name? Sakara or Sarakawa or what's his name?
I don't know.
Anyway, Bruce Lee with a freaking head of hair.
Yeah, he had He-Man hair, like He-Man action figure hair.
Exactly.
And it didn't move, just like the action figures.
Yep.
Actually, the other guy had He-Man hair too. The one his friend.
You about AJ?
Yeah, AJ.
Oh yeah, his hair was huge.
Who you knew from the moment he hit the screen he had to die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad he did, but it took
I didn't think
too
he was
long.
going to go so brutally though.
He didn't go fast enough.
Yeah, and it's like I went back and forth in this movie because it's like, okay, on one hand it's about Chuck Norris walking around doing nothing. On the other hand, it's about Chuck Norris not fighting.
Yeah.
So I think that premise alone. I mean, like I remember, I was thinking, like, did you guys ever see the Hulk movie that Ang Lee directed? Because it was like,
is that the one with Eric Bana?
Yes, that's the one with Eric Bana. Because it's like, it's the Hulk. It's this this giant machine of destruction, and he gives us a character piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it was kind of in that same ballpark for me. It's like if you're gonna, you don't make a movie with Chuck Norris in what I guess was his heyday, about Chuck Norris not fighting, and I think that that point is where the movie just started and went and just collapsed.
It seemed like the thoughts. It seemed like they were trying to make it into like a drama action movie or something.
I thought he was psychic for a few seconds.
I thought immediately. I said, "This guy has no brains because his thoughts are echoing. He has nothing in his head. Like who thinks in echoes? I don't think in echoes.
I know, because like the dancer at the beginning, she's like, "Oh, sometimes I think I'm psychic," and then he's like, "There's someone in the house," and I'm like, "What the hell? Is he psychic too?"
That's true. No. Actually, it was just someone in the house. The house.
Dude, how about when he drop kicked that last guy through the door?
You talking about at the end?
At the end, the first scene where he's that chick who's in the ballet, and he kicks that guy through the door or through the window, and then he does it again at his crib, and the next day his door and window is just all jacked up. It looks like it looks like construction paper.
It does look like construction paper. You're right.
There is no control button on Chuck Norris's keyboard. Chuck Norris is always in control.
He's always in control. There's just Chuck Alt Delete.
Chuck Norris runs until the treadmill gets tired.
I think that the movie missed an opportunity when the blonde.
You mean the plot?
Well, yeah, I know, right? They missed an opportunity for the blonde and the brunette to really like go at it.
Catfight?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I was like, yeah, baby.
He's like, anything he said was law. He's like, don't worry about it. Okay. Dude, I jotted down this one quote that he had. It was awesome.
Was it
all
with a coat with fur lining?
No, it was the whys and the wherefores don't matter. I'm like, whoa, that is deep.
That is enlightening.
You know what else I wrote down? I also wrote down who puts a become a mercenary ad in the paper.
Exactly.
That's right under delivery guy.
My exact note on that was Ninja recruitment plan ? Place a lawn ad.
They don't put that on Craigslist. That's like there wasn't a Craigslist of that time. It's like Greg's List.
And the square dancing. Where the hell did that come from?
Square dancing on one side and military militia recruitment on the other side.
What the hell
there
was
a bunch of random stupid stuff.
And he was walking across pallets to get
pallets. I was like, what the hell is he walking across?
They wanted to show how shady and how the wrong side of the tracks they were.
That's a decoy. The square dance is a decoy. As soon as you walk in, you're like, oh, this can't be it, and you walk back out.
I was waiting for him to pull out like machine guns or something.
This movie was nothing but
Uzi
direction.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's like, I mean, this movie was nothing but a series of random like plot points. It's like put the plots on a wall or on a corkboard, and then just start throwing darts.
Yeah.
You know? Whatever you hit, that is the next scene up, you know?
Yeah. Let's just throw shite at a wall and see what sticks.
So you want to hear something sad?
The Octagon.
This movie made $18.9 million in 1980.
Nice.
Oh my God.
How much did it cost to make?
It doesn't say.
Oh, 18.99 million? Is that how much it cost to make?
Let me see if I can find
I
it.
hope it's 20.
Oh, dude! If this movie cost more than $10 million, I would be shocked for that era.
Right? Now, what about when he was with the chick with the side boob? The
What, on the prison beds?
Yeah, on the 1950s twin beds.
Yeah.
That candlelight was pretty good, huh? They got really good lighting from that candlelight.
Yeah,
I was like, why is that candle giving off so much light?
It's just Chuck Norris radiating.
It's just his blonde hair.
Chuck Norris doesn't need night lights. Chuck Norris radiates.
He is the night light.
What was the one? Chuck Norris doesn't read; he just stares at the books till they give the information he needs.
My favorite. Here's a good one. Chuck Norris once gave a box of his old watches to a group of kids. These kids are now known as the Power Rangers. Chuck Norris wasn't born. He just got tired of wearing his mother.
How about this? Chuck Norris is what happens when you let your powers combine.
Okay, Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they should have
Damn
made
it!
Captain Planet.
I just made
movie.
that up.
That's a missed opportunity.
God damn it. Well, how about this? This was funny to me. When he's fighting that last ninja at the end, I thought to myself, is he fighting Smeagol or Donald Duck? Those noises that he was making.
Oh, I thought the same thing.
No. I was like,
I thought the same thing.
He's fighting Smeagol.
Well, that guy was like all the Ninja Turtles in one. He had the sword. He had the sai.
Yeah, he looked like Shredder.
You know what? He
looked just like Shredder.
Yeah, you know what? I retract the Power Ranger statement.
You know what?
Shredder's perfect. Right?
This movie is a lot like Turtle. Was it the first one or the second? It was the first one where they were trying to recruit foot soldiers.
The first one was good. I liked the first Ninja Turtles.
First one was good. The second one was great because of the underground sewer fight sequence.
Yeah, and Vanilla Ice.
What? Not to go off on another movie, but what sewer do you go into in New York City where there's a dance club in a sewer?
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be stinky.
It's like a Stefan bit, you know.
Oh, from SNL.
From SNL.
Yeah.
Located in a lower Manhattan sewer.
Gross, dude.
Oh, man.
Well, incidentally, when Shredder went into the fire, he came out a Ninja Turtle.
He was humongous.
That was like the lowest tech. It's like, let's just wrap him in like 25 jackets. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You know what they put him in? They put him in one of those 1930s deep sea diving suits.
That's exactly what he did. But by the way, when that other guy is coming down the ladder, why not attack him? Because it took him like 5 minutes to come down that ladder.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
You know, why'd you even let him come down the ladder? Just push it.
I'm trying to think.
Come down.
like in the final sequence, did any of the ninjas actually throw a punch? And or should they just stand there? Because I'm thinking like the part where he goes through the door and he's fighting with Sakura, and there's like 6 ninjas there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one gets a knife thrown at him and kicks it real quick.
That's right. But I don't think any of them moved past that.
They were all just standing around like they were in a crouch, and they're like, "All right, somebody gonna say action?"
Yeah.
Guys, we're being too judgmental. We all know that they only have about 3 weeks of training. So
and they have no home. They're homeless after that. So
that's right. They have, and then everything after that is like on the job, just hands-on training, baby.
OJT for the ninjas.
That's right. And the first thing you gotta do is fight Chuck Norris.
All right, so I have a question. Are we done talking about this movie?
I'm done. I'm done with my notes.
I am purging this movie from my queue, from my history.
Well,
You're gonna email Netflix and
start...
say, "Can you take this out of my history, please?"
I will punch Reed Hastings in the face.
I want to punch this movie in the face. You know what's gonna start happening, Drew. I was telling Sean this before. The suggested movies on Netflix are gonna start to suck.
Oh no! See, I have 4 kids, so like Sean said, my Netflix suggestions are screwed anyway. So, although when I looked this up, if you look it up on Netflix on my Chromebook,
mm-hmm.
I looked it up and it gave me like the suggested titles.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the Octagon followed up by the Lorax.
Yeah, I have that too.
And there was one other that was like, this algorithm is a little off today with this one. You know?
Yeah.
I loved at the end when I watched the end of the movie. It gave me like...
Yeah, I loved when I watched the end of the movie too. It meant it was over.
It said you know, you watch this movie, like somehow you made it to the end of this movie. I wish that was a rating.
Yeah, it ended abruptly too.
Yeah, no, we got to talk about the ending on this, guys.
It was bad in the story.
It's like, okay, low angle shot of Norris, stabs dude in the belly, silhouette with the red sunrise, credits, done.
Oh, don't forget the quivering lip from Aura.
Yes. Yes.
This movie was bad, guys.
Yeah, it was terrible. But yes, there should be a rating that should be like, I survived this.
Oh, don't worry.
T-shirts.
In the last 8 weeks, we've fleshed out ours 1 to 5. We added 0. Thank you for the Terabad.
Yeah.
I just added another one. I'm just done talking about this movie. Let's get to the movie rating system. So, Anthony, 0 to 5, and I'm going to add one for you, a -1, which is I made it to the end of the credits without fast forwarding? ?
Made it to the end of the credits without forwarding?
How do I do that?
Well, you know what? First, let's do Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So Rotten Tomatoes, critics have it at 20%, which sucks.
I don't know how that happened.
And then audiences have it at 39%. I'm thinking there's more audience that rated it than critics. It's got a 3.6 out of 10, which is way too much credit.
I'll say there's a lot of booze in the people that are rating on Rotten Tomatoes on this one.
Jeez.
Matter
of fact, I'm going to add my rating right now. They don't have a negative, so I got to put like a half a star.
IMDb gave this movie a 4.7.
Ugh.
That's
Yikes.
a little too high. That's like 4.6 too high.
Out of 83?
Out of 10.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4 out of 10 for, let's see, there are 34 user reviews and 23 critic reviews.
Ugh.
That's way too high. Oh, no, that's reviews. 4.7 out of 10 from 2,483 users.
Ugh. That movie sucks.
Wow, that's like Amazon statistics.
You know what it's like? You know what I bet happened? Not unlike the new SimCity that just came out. I bet there's people giving it a sarcastic 10.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. They're giving it Chuck. I think Chuck Norris is giving himself 10. He's creating profiles.
I think because this movie has Chuck Norris in it, gets like an automatic +1 to whatever it is.
Good point.
It's got rare footage. Chuck Norris without a beard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This
All
movie
right.
sucked. I don't know if I said that already.
Yeah. So what's your number rating? Negative
Oh.
1 to 5.
Oh my god, dude. -1, man. Well, I don't know. Ugh, it was terrible. I wanted to shoot myself in the face. It was a really bad movie. There was no plot. I still don't know what the movie's about. Too many. Ugh, it was just gross, man.
I'm gonna rephrase -1. It's not I made it to, but how did I make it to the credits without fast forwarding?
Without shooting myself.
There you go.
Yeah. So Drew, what would you rate it?
This is a -1, man. This movie is not watched. This movie is inflicted.
I think the movie was great for this show, for what we do, but just on a regular day, I don't think it's good.
It
Sorry,
wasn't great for my
Sorry,
psyche.
Jim, cut you off. What was that?
Did you
No,
have
no,
a bad Drew?
I'm more than done with this film.
Drew's pissed.
I'll tell you what, this movie, it may have been great for the show, but man, it was bad for my psyche. I started watching this today during my lunch break, and I took an hour to watch it, and then it took another 20 minutes to wonder why I watched what I just watched. So I lost work time on this movie, and then I finished watching it, and we actually started late tonight, not that anyone watches live, but I
Right.
finished watching this like 8:15. I was like, ugh, and I was in the Hangout, and I'm watching the last 5 minutes, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, I was looking at the Hangout more than I was looking at the movie because I checked out about, when he started prancing around on the pond, on those little on the path as they called
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
You
was
know
like,
the
all right,
path.
he's gonna play tiddlywinks with these guys and beat them all up, and then he's gonna get to the other guy, and something's gonna happen.
Nothing happened.
Thankfully, there's no sequel to this movie. Maybe there is, and it stars Van Damme. We'll never
Maybe.
know.
We will never. I wish they did have a sequel with Van Damme. I watched that. Why not? I'm pretty sure he would be doing a split in it.
Yeah. So let me give my rating here. I'm gonna go with 0. I'm gonna go with Terabad because I didn't fast forward. I actually rewound at one point, just because I hit play by accident and walked away from the movie. I should have just let it go. I seriously thought about not watching the second half of the movie and just kind of riffing.
It's kind of just wing it.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I'll let you guys talk.
Oh no, dude, I'm the same boat. I had to power through the last 40 minutes of this movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, I started watching it on Saturday.
You just finished it today.
I just finished it. Yeah, I couldn't like watch the whole thing in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
It angered me.
Oh, dude, I was just like the Happy Meal. I was sad.
Happy Meal.
Alright, so we could officially put the nail in the coffin of the Octagon.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Done.
Man. Okay, so enough of that junk. Next week,
Young Guns 2, baby.
I'm going this many.
2. Now don't go
Episode-
looking for Young Guns. Look for
On
Young Guns
episode
number
10.
2.
Young Guns 2. It's on Amazon Prime. I didn't check Netflix because I didn't. Because I was watching a movie on Netflix at the time, and I didn't want to have to stop it and start it over.
I'll check. Keep going. Unless you're already there.
Oh, I'm pulling it up now. Hey, you just watched Chuck Norris in a really bad movie. No, Young Guns is not on there. But you know what is Son of Guns, Mr. Young, Hostile Guns, nude nuns with big guns.
Why are we watching that?
Why aren't we watching that?
Oh God, Amazon is so getting the better content right now.
I'm not done. There's Mean Guns, Blazing Guns, Gunslinger Girls, which is anime.
I see Gunslinger Girls.
Gun Shy.
It actually has 3.5 stars out of 5. That's not bad. Gunslinger Girl.
I don't know why this is in here. My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic.
Yeah. Pocahontas 2. My Tutor Friend 2. I guess it's picking up the 2s for that.
No, I just typed Young Guns.
No. I'm talking about. I'm showing Pocahontas 2 and My Tutor Friend 2. So I think it's picking up a 2 in Young Guns 2. Too many 2s.
Oh, here we go. Here's what I want to watch and talk about. Iraqis guns for hire. That's a topical discussion on this show.
There you go.
Yeah, because that's all we talk about.
Casper's Scare School. Oh, Top Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 shows right there, man.
All right, so we're doing Young Guns 2.
Young Guns 2. Yes, sir. All right, I better close this out because I'll just keep listing off movies.
Let
it's
me
on.
add that to my watch list. Bam.
It's on Amazon Prime Video. And who's in it? I don't remember. Sutherland.
All those guys.
Christian
Luke
Slater.
Phillips.
Estevez.
Yep.
God, who was it? He plays
that guy.
God, I'm trying to remember the character. Patrick something.
Stewart.
Swayze.
Trying to remember I don't remember his name. I can see his face.
Patrick Stewart was in this movie.
Young Guns. There are 4 lights.
Oh, Viggo Mortensen's in it.
Is Viggo Mortensen in this?
Yeah, he plays John W. Poe.
Oh, you
Holy
know
crap.
what? Now I'm excited to see it.
Dude, he was awesome in History of Violence.
He was really good in History of Violence.
So was that sex scene on the stairs.
You know, the word around the campfire, speaking of Marvel films, is that Viggo Mortensen is supposed to be playing Doctor Strange.
Nice.
Speaking of Marvel films, did you see the Ant-Man teaser?
I have not.
I haven't seen
Dude, it's been busy today.
Dude.
I have not. I'll have to watch it.
It was posted yesterday.
Is it the one that came out of? Is that the one that came out of Comic-Con?
The video, yeah, it's like a 30-second teaser.
Is it
Yeah,
it's CGI?
it's like a little concept
It
concept
looks
push for it.
awesome.
Is it
That's
going to be
funny.
CGI?
I'm sure there'll be a lot
yeah.
of CGI.
Well, Ant-Man is the
Ant-Man,
guy.
because he's small.
Yeah, he can go little, he can go big, he can go bigger than big, he can go back to normal.
Oh, okay.
He's like all over the spectrum.
Doesn't sound too appealing. I mean, I know who he is, but it doesn't sound too appealing as a movie.
Well,
I mean, whatever.
He's a backup to not a backup. He's a he gets the JV letter for the Avengers.
Yeah, he is a second tier.
Although
nice way to put
in the cartoon Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes,
Very much a first tier.
but Wasp, man, I'm not into cartoons, but man, they drew her right. I mean, I'm into cartoons, but not that way.
Which supposedly Alison Brie
Hubba.
is supposed to be in the running for that role.
I'll have to look her up right now.
You ever seen Community?
No.
I have.
Oh, God, okay, see, dude.
Oh,
now.
yeah. What's
Annie.
her name? Annie. She's so hot. She's hot. I love her.
Yes.
I love me some Annie.
What, she was just in, what was the last movie I saw her in? Was 5-Year Engagement, which was horrible.
Yeah.
She should have started that Billy, what was his name? Billy Ocean song? Get out of my dreams.
Good place to wrap up.
Because
That's enough of that.
we're off on a tangent and we are recording. So next week we're doing Young Guns 2. Emilio Estevez, Lou Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland. I think Charlie Sheen, I think, is in this one too.
No.
Okay.
That was Hot Shots.
No, he was in the first one, but he died.
Okay, yeah, he was in the first. I know he was in one of them. Yep. So we're doing Young Guns 2. That's on Amazon Prime. You can catch us on CrossingStreamz.com with a Z. Crossing Streamz with a Z. That'll give you all the stuff that we're on Twitter, Facebook, iTunes. Search for us on iTunes. Search for us on Stitcher Radio. You can email us at Google Plus. Just search Crossing Streamz, or like I said, you can go to the website CrossingStreamz.com, and all the links are there to contact us. You can also email us at CrossingStreamz@gmail.com. Anything else, guys?
If you want to be a guest host, if you want to join the panel, email us.
Let us know. Leave a comment. Email us. We have a bunch of ways you can contact us. So use one of them, and leave some comments on our shows at CrossingStreamz.com.
I will be posting the video from Best Damn Sports Show, Chuck Norris reading his Chuck Norris facts on the community here shortly.
Cool.
And I will immediately be going to watch Conan O'Brien have a stare down with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, post that one too, Sean, if you don't mind. Thanks.
Drew can do that.
All right,
Drew's all over that one.
I'm on it.
All right, cool. All right, so that's going to be a show. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week. And toodaloos. You guys got anything?
No,
No, I'm done.
I'm done.
This is a bad movie.
All right, bad movie. Hopefully next week is better or not. Whatever.
Let's hope.
Bye.